So almost 2 months ago, when I got to talk to Ryosuke Hara, producer of Digimon Story Time Stranger, I also asked him if the rideable Digimon that are in the game are locked in. As of in this build of the game, are there any Digimon that might be rideable that aren't currently rideable? He said they were locked in, but was curious about which ones I think should be rideable, and I said Raidramon. He laughed a little and said, well, technically we haven't revealed Raidramon. Are you tricking me? And we all kind of laughed, and I said, no, not at all. I saw it in the silhouette, whatever. So it may be that Raidramon is not rideable, but I tried my best, and maybe in the final game it will be. If it's in the game at all, of course. Wink. And yesterday, Digimon posted this video with that thumbnail. I think I just won. What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. And yeah, listen, I was honestly making jokes about Hara and the team still watching, but I think they are. So the majority of this video is going to be about the rideable Digimon trailer we got yesterday, but I do very quickly want to jump back to some Digimon Story Time Stranger news that I haven't covered on the channel. It's all very minor, won't take too long. I'm honestly forgetting what I have and haven't covered, but we did get a confirmation of Lilithmon in the game, another Demon Lord, which is a no-brainer inclusion for this game. I do think actually her special move looks a little bit worse than it did in Cyber Sleuth, but it's fine. Then we got confirmation of Kukuamon, which we had seen in previous trailers, but it's nice to see him in all his glory, and I love this little animation he does. His victory animation is still him kind of taking an L. They then released a Digimon Special Moves trailer, however, this was just a summation of all of the Digimon we'd already seen, so there was nothing really new in this trailer. Moving on, we then got a focus on Bacchusmon, and finally, Apocalypse being confirmed for this game. Now, much like other Digimon, demoted to Mega, not Ultra, as I think someone internally has made it clear that Ultra is not technically an official level. But it does feel like they've slowed down a little bit, which I'm thankful for, as most recently posts on the Digimon Games account have been concept art. For example, this concept art of the Temple of Beginnings, which we've seen in various trailers and is where that special egg is that we're maybe trying to protect. Looks wonderful, giving me big like Kingdom Hearts vibes, honestly. Then we also got concept art of Central Town, but this is specifically the Warriors Watering Hole, I believe, that we got a little bit of when I played at Summer Game Fest and we saw in the footage that I was shared. It looks great, honestly. Not to again compare it to a Square Enix property, but this concept art in particular is really giving me like Rin's travel agency from Final Fantasy X vibes, but maybe that's just me. Alright, but the main event, the reason you're getting a Tuesday video this week, which really doesn't happen. No Wednesday video, but there will be a Sunday video. Digimon released their Digi-Ride trailer, focusing on, of course, Digi-Ride, the new function in Digimon Story Time Stranger, which is kind of a combined thing. First of all, obviously, you can ride select Digimon in your party. Though looking at this trailer, we'll go over it in a minute, it feels like almost basically any Digimon of Champion or higher might be rideable in this game. But it also seems to be something that you can do actually in the field with Digimon who aren't in your party, and I'll cover that in a minute. So the trailer opens with Birdramon swooping down to face this new digital life form, then Locomon, which we've seen before, but this is the first time we've seen this shot, I believe, then Blimpmon from the reveal trailer, Birdramon again flying away from Jupitermon Wrath mode, and Garurumon. I think a lot of these, maybe not Garurumon, but the rest of them, are cutscene or special interactable Digi-Ride situations. I don't think that's a Birdramon in our party or a Locomon in our party. I think they are Digimon similar to how Pegasusmon in Central Town, we will see that in a little bit, can kind of be talked to, interacted with, and then they take you manually or automatically to an area. I think these other Digi-Rides are that. Garurumon, though, might be one of our own party members. However, the next thing we see is the magic conch shell, as Dan blows on it and seems to summon a Waymon that flops graciously onto the beach. And then we see it being ridden through this aquatic zone that we saw again in the very first trailer. This is, I believe, the area probably belonging to Neptunemon. Then we see the Digi-Ride Pegasusmon, which seems to be in the forest this time, Bacchusmon's forest. I wonder if this is the first area and Pegasusmon has flown us from Central Town to Bacchusmon's forest, but I guess we'll find out. Then we see Halcymon rideable. I don't think we had confirmation of this before, but it's fantastic to see one of the rideable Digimon from 02 rideable in this game. Really cool section with Peckmon in this incredibly weird abstract area, which we have seen some of in trailers previously. This honestly has given me the most Cyber Sleuth vibes of anything in Time Stranger so far. Then double confirmation of Mechanorimon. I do love the way you ride Mechanorimon in this game with your head sticking out, though I do kind of wish we could keep the bold if we wanted to, but it is what it is. Another look at Beelzemon being rideable. We also knew this, but being on the back of the bike like is an absolute win. I love that. Riding Growlmon, I believe we'd seen people post this from hands-on demos. I certainly didn't see this, but it makes a lot of sense. You can also see another outfit for Dan here, matching a alternate outfit that Kanan has. Gankumon, which is also already confirmed. Ikakumon looking fantastic. Tankmon, which I'm going to be so tempted to do all the time because riding my tank into battle feels so funny. Then we got some blink and you'll miss it. Tyrannomon walking through the forest area, doing the kind of like arm hold that Digimon like Stingmon do. Kabuterimon rideable looks awesome. I love that it slightly hovers above the ground. A mere glimpse at Vidramon, and then they chose this as the thumbnail of this video across their socials. We get a whole 7 seconds confirming Raidramon, Lydramon is rideable in Digimon Story Time Stranger. Now listen, cards on the table. This is one of the first times I genuinely think this might have been a bit of a community response thing. Like obviously I've talked about it and you guys in the community have talked about it. It was so cool, even in a Japanese Digimon games video, to see you all commenting saying, here you go, Karn. Oh, Karn's going to be so excited. That meant the absolute world to me. So thank you. But also to me, again, a lot of the time I'm joking about, oh, this was for me. That one feels very specific. If it's not for me, I know I'm at least part of that outpouring of people who wanted Raidramon to be rideable, so I'm very happy. Here's the thing though, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves and really get a big ego about this because I don't think I affected anything. I don't think necessarily as a community we affected anything. I think Raidramon was always going to be rideable. It just makes sense given the sheer scope and volume of rideable Digimon in this game. When Raidramon did not have a rideable symbol in my build, I kind of assumed that was because it was going to be rideable in the finished game, and that's why I asked Hara, is every Digimon that seems to be rideable right now rideable in the final game? What I meant more so by that is, if they aren't rideable, can we make them rideable, or do they just not have the ride symbol yet? And this was kind of confirmed by the demo builds people got to play, which were a full-on demo build version of the regular build of the game I got to play with save data, because there were Digimon like Angemon that were also rideable in those demo builds that did not have a ride symbol yet. So I don't think it's the case that they've now made Raidramon rideable, and more that Raidramon just didn't have the ride symbol in the build that I was looking at. Still though, a huge win, and I'm so excited. Then we get some other reconfirms or new confirms. Gaugamon and Mogiamon, Woodmon and Magnamon. I think it's cool that we can ride Magnamon. As a reminder, Hara did state to Terriermon Assistant that Omnimon would be rideable in this game too, and I think that arm holding style is how Omnimon's going to do it too. Stingmon, Frigimon, Ogamon, Monzemon all feel quite obvious to me. Metal Etamon, I love how he holds us up slightly higher. Eaglemon, Crossmon, yeah, I'm going to fly a lot on that golden eagle. Volcanomon, Pandamon, Dobamon, Cubimon, and my girl Arukenimon is rideable. No comment. Show me Lilithmon, you cowards. Then they ask, who will you ride with? Arukenimon. Don't ask me any weird questions. And then the trailer ends with reconfirmation of the release date October 2nd in Japan, October 3rd outside of Japan, and the other pre-order bonuses. And a little epilogue of Tankmon riding slowly through central town. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So this is, of course, really exciting, and I think really does confirm that they're doing this for the fans. I don't think they've added any of these Digimon in response to us or to me, but I do think they know which ones are popular and which ones people want to see. I also think this means that, honestly, a majority of Digimon in this game are going to be rideable from Champion onwards. There may be the odd one that just doesn't work, but I think the intent is to have as many of these Digimon in the game rideable. And by having various different ways you can ride them, whether it's on top, beside them, on their arms, etc., it makes it so that basically any Digimon of any scale is rideable. And that's such a cool feature. It gives you a reason, honestly, just to keep a Digimon that maybe even isn't battle hardcore, like isn't that good in a fight, just in your background of your party so that you can just ride on it, you know? I might have 6 slots, but I'll sacrifice one of those slots so I can ride on Raidramon for the whole game. But that's really it. I just wanted to do a quick update because I know people want me to talk about Raidramon. I've seen you all across Twitter, YouTube, etc. Thank you so much. It warms my heart to see something like this happen and the fandom think of me, or at least members of the fandom. So thank you so much for watching my videos. If you do want to support them, you can become a patron over on patreon.com/Karn EX, like my sovereign ZDK14, as well as everyone else who supports me over there, and my YouTube channel members here on YouTube. You can click that join button down below. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you can to help the channel, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.